Hey, it's Darryl, and in today's video I've got a really awesome and useful major scale workout for you to try. Perhaps you can implement this into your practice routine, especially if you want to improve your ability to visualize and map out the guitar neck. Now some of you might be thinking, hang on, I already know the major scale, up, down, left, right, you name it, I got this. And whilst that's cool, kudos to you, you've already got a good head start on this, but the real question that you want to ask yourself is, how well do you really know the major scale? Which is today's test. We're going to be playing the major scale intervallically, which essentially means that we're going to be playing the scale whilst accompanying it with a diatonic interval distance, which could be thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, or sevenths. Those are the ones that we're going to explore in today's video, and those are the most common and useful applications of this kind of sequencing. Now, there are a couple key golden rules which I want you to abide by when experimenting with this. Number one is that we're going to play the pattern over the course of 2 octaves, which is going to force you to travel horizontally across the neck rather than just straight up and down. And then secondly, we're never going to take the same route twice if we can help it. So this is all about exploring with different finger patterns and sequences and really testing your ability to visualize the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some demonstrations now, starting off with thirds in the key of C. We're going to ascend 2 octaves and then descend 2 octaves via a different route. And don't worry if I play this too fast, obviously I've had a bit of practice with this. The idea is not for you to copy the exact route that I take, it's merely just for me to kind of demonstrate what's going on and what to expect. So here we go. Starting off at this C here, we're going to ascend 2 octaves in thirds. There we go. That's our second octave there, and then we're going to descend but via a different route. So you'll notice I started over here, but I finished up here, and I took a completely different route than I previously did, which is exactly what we're going for here. And as I said, this might have been quick for you, and that's okay. The purpose is not for you to copy what I'm doing. I'm just trying to demonstrate what's going on. So that's a good start. The next thing we're going to try is to do the same thing, but ascending and descending fourths. So here we go. So you'll notice that that was relatively easy. There's just one tritone to look for, which falls on the 4th degree. If we ascend horizontally here, we would have your first, second, third, fourth. And the rest are nice and easy for you to visualize. Anyways, descending from this note here via a different route. There we go. That was challenge number 2. Moving on to challenge number 3, we're going to ascend and descend fifths now. Here we go. I'm going to actually go from this note, ascend sort of this side of the neck, and then descend back down to the lower side. And then descending. That one is also very similar to the previous sequence we did, where what you really need to look out for is the tritone, which now falls on the 7th degree. Besides that, a lot of the other fingerings will be fairly straightforward. Now let's move on to the next pattern, which is of course sixths. There we go. And once again, ascending. I'm actually going to go from this degree here, just to chop it up a bit. So here we go. There we go. And of course, lastly, we're going to explore sevenths. There resending. And there you have it. Go ahead and give it a try yourself. As I mentioned, of course, I went through all of that quite quickly because this is not for you to copy. This is just for you to get a good idea of what to strive for. And of course, I've had heaps of practice, so I'm able to do this relatively quickly. And for you, if you've not tried this before, you're going to be a lot slower than I was, but that's totally okay. The idea here is not to be the quickest, but rather just to use your brain to help you find and map the neck. Now, once you've got a hold of this, that's just one of 12 keys. I encourage you to do the same over every key, which is going to force you to rely less on finger memory, which is what we're going for here. Finger memory is a wonderful thing, but of course we want to use your brain in conjunction with your fingers in order to be a masterful player. So I wish you the best of luck with this. That's everything that I want to share with you in this video. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.